let that music go on for a little while longer before I stop it. Bring myself full screen and say hello, everybody. How you doing? How you been doing this week? Has it been a good week for you? I hope it has. Let's see. John Bradley, he's there, ready to go, and he wants to give us a public service reminder. Let me shut that music off first. Hi, folks. My name is Bill Camarada, and you are watching Bill's Box of Sound, and my hair will not behave itself this evening. Yes. It's been a hectic few days, and this fall is not going to get any easier. It's just going to get more hectic. Okay, well, yesterday was Halloween. It was a good day. It was a good Halloween. And I did something pretty fun. I played music on my front porch. Now, last year I dressed up as the ghoul and I played music from a little Bluetooth speaker on my porch while I handed out candy to the kids that were coming around. But this year, I brought my whole DJ rig out, and I put my blonde fright wig on, and I was DJ Death for the night. And let's see, here's a better picture of my DJ rig. Hold on a second here. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. No, not like that. Damn it. Come on. Oh, it doesn't like the picture like that. Okay. So, pre-production. It means a lot. So, if you're doing your own live stream, remember it. So, let me take this and zip it around. There we go. Is that going to work? No. Here we go. There we go. Oh, much better, much better. Okay. All right, there is my full DJ rig in its splendor in the darkness. There you go. You got the laptop here. You got the DJ controller there. Got my mixing board. You got the backup iPod, the old classic iPod. Oh, you gotta love those things. Yep, there's my old classic iPod. Got some phones for previewing things. Got your Serato there, which is still incompatible with Mac OS 26. So that's what I was dealing with last night. I was doing that stuff. I was playing Halloween tunes for 2 solid hours, 6 to 8 p.m. as the sky got dark, and I had some funny lights up on the screen. And like last year, I got like about 10 or 15 kids, and I gave out some candy. This year, I was out there for 2 hours. It was a little bit colder. 0 trick-or-treaters. Thankfully, oh, wait a second. Look at this stuff you can change. Whoa, you can make it bigger and bigger. Yeah, that's nice. All right, so we'll just go with regular like that. So this way you can read the comments a bit easier. All right. Yeah, we're all together. Last minute, what the hey. Anyway, we get here every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, or whatever time it is in your little corner of the world. And we talk about music, we talk about CDs, we talk about vinyl, we talk about all sorts of fun things. And I usually get the show started at some point in the game by bringing out a cup full of ice, moving the microphone closer, and we do a little bit of AMSR, ASMR, whatever, with our good old favorite beverage here, Diet Coke. Ah, yes. So let's take a listen. Let's get ourselves relaxed while we pour and listen to some Diet Coke. Yeah, that sounds good, don't it? Now, if you are of age and you like this stuff, put just a teeny weeny little bit of whiskey in there. There you go, just a couple of drops. It brings down the suds a bit and gives it a really good flavor. And there's not enough alcohol in there to get you schnockered unless you put in too much, which I do not. All right, so there goes that. We go back up to me. And yes, good to see all of you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that tastes good. All right, so what are we going to talk about this evening? Well, there was one notable passing this week that we want to pay attention to, and that is the unfortunate passing, I believe at the age of 82, by the wonderful, wonderful musical legend that is Jack DeJohnette. Notice I didn't say drummer Jack DeJohnette because he wasn't just a drummer. He started out as a piano player, he was an album producer, he was a sideman. He was a very musical drummer, played on a lot of records. I mean, he was on the Keith Jarrett Standards records with the trio of Keith, Gary Peacock, and himself. And I've even got a live Standards album by Keith Jarrett with Jack DeJohnette on drums. Now, Jack playing with Keith Jarrett went back a long, long way. And I've got 5 albums when he was in Charles Lloyd's quartet. It was Charles Lloyd on tenor sax and flute, Keith Jarrett on piano, Cecil McBee on bass, and Jack DeJohnette on drums. We've got the Forest Flower album, live at Monterey Pop Festival, 1967, I believe. Also from 1967, we've got the Love In album. Charles Lloyd Quartet recorded live at the Fillmore Auditorium in San Francisco. You've also got Dreamweaver by the Charles Lloyd Quartet. Very cool jazz music, kind of predating the ECM sound by a couple of years. And The Journey Within, there's Jack, fourth guy there. And we've also got the Charles Lloyd in Europe album. And that was from 1968. Now, Jack also did a lot of solo work. We've got stuff like, let's just try to do this in chronological order. Got Jack DeJohnette New Directions with Eddie Gomez on bass, John Abercrombie on guitar, and Lester Bowie on trumpet. New Directions. That's from 1970, what? 1978. Cool. Going forward to Jack DeJohnette's Special Edition album on ECM. This was from 1980, And Jack plays not just drums, but also piano and melodica. He's got David Murray on tenor sax and bass clarinet, Arthur Blythe on alto saxophone, and Pete Warren on bass and cello. And this features three DeJohnette compositions, as well as two John Coltrane compositions, Central Park West and India. Very nice. Then we've got another ensemble album of Jack DeJohnette's New Directions in Europe. And this, once again, Lester Bowie on trumpet, John Abercrombie guitar, and Eddie Gomez on bass. I know there's a recording of him with Pat Metheny doing some stuff, and it's pretty intense as well. We've got Jack DeJohnette's Special Edition, Tin Can Alley. This is a pretty cool album as well. And this has Chico Friedman on bass clarinet, John Purcell on baritone sax, Peter Warren on cello. There's also a track on here called The Gree Man, where Jack plays congas, drums, organ, and timpani. That's very nice. Also got John Purcell on flute and alto saxophone on this. This is from 1980, Tin Can Alley. And Jack DeJohnette's Special Edition Album is the name of this one. And that's got David Murray, Rufus Reid on bass, Howard Johnson on it. Let's see. Now, is this... yeah, this is a gatefold album. Let me open it up. I believe he's on the cover with his family here. And there's all sorts of family pictures of Jack DeJohnette. Let's see, John Purcell, alto and soprano sax, David Murray, Howard Johnson, Rufus Reid, and, of course, Jack on drums and keyboards. Yeah, beautiful stuff. And then some of his side work that I really do love a lot. Let's go back to 1975. Now, a couple months ago, we talked about the album by Frank Zappa, Cheaper Than Cheap, which was recorded on June 21st, 1978. That was in Los Angeles. At the same time that was being recorded, meanwhile, in New York City, this album was recorded. And this is a fusion masterpiece. Timeless by John Abercrombie, with Jan Hammer from the Mahavishnu Orchestra at that time, and Jack DeJohnette. This is fantastic stuff. If you're not familiar with this album, you might want to go on Spotify and stream this. It's some pretty lovely stuff. It rocks. And then there's also, on a much more chill level, we've got the John Abercrombie, Dave Holland album with Jack DeJohnette, Gateway, and Gateway number 2. So, yeah, a very big loss to the music world. Jack DeJohnette, we're going to miss him. So, that's what went on there. Now, going to some newer used records that I got. Let's see here. Picked up at a record show a few weeks back a mint, and I do mean mint, copy of Phil Ochs' Pleasures of the Harbor. And it is a mono copy as well. Where does it say that? Let's see. LP 133. And where does it say mono? Let's see. It doesn't say mono on the cover, but if you pull out the record, It does say that it is a mono recording right there. And I was really pleased to get this in like pristine condition, like somebody barely ever played it. And this has the song Outside of a Small Circle of Friends, which is probably my favorite Phil Oakes tune. And I didn't pull it out. Let me run over to here and grab it. In the bees. Let's see. It's way over here. I'll be there. Oh yeah, I forgot it's way over here. No, it's way up here. I'm reaching. I know it's here. Aha. I think it's right after the Beatles. And just before Beck. There it is. Found it. Check out this album. Beaver and Krause, All Good Men. I think I showed this a couple weeks ago. And this came out in 1970, I believe. 1972. Okay. And this is in perfect condition as well. Got this for $250. So after getting this, I've always wanted to have this boxed set by Beaver and Krause called The None Such Guide to Electronic Music. This is very cool stuff. Let's see. Ooh, you saw Jack D with Ornette Coleman and Pat Metheny around 86 playing Fierce Noise in Ann Arbor. Yeah, I'll bet you that was wonderful. Anyway, so in this boxed set, The None Such Guide to Electronic Music, this is very geeky for people who are into electronic music. This is a 2-record set. And it's got lots and lots and lots of tracks on it. It's got very little musical stuff, but it does have lots of sounds. This is supposed to be a kind of like an educational guide to teaching you about electronic music. And it was all done and realized on a modular Moog synthesizer. It's an early one, a smaller version of what Wendy Carlos used to create Switched On Bach, and also very similar to what the Beatles used on Abbey Road and the Monkees used on Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones Limited. So this has some musical tracks, and then it has all sorts of explanation in the booklet as to what the demonstration tracks are. I'll pick up in here. It's got a syllabus in there. When it goes down to the individual tracks, I mean, this is very geeky stuff. It talks about the diagrammatic symbols with white noise, oscillators, envelope generators, followers, etc., etc., etc. Very geeky stuff. It's got a glossary, a bibliography. It's got the score to the music that's on here, a thing called Piece 3. Talks about signal generators, control generations, frequency modulation, amplitude modulation, etc., etc. A 2-record set, really, really, really cool for those of you who are absolute geeky about electronic music. Now, there was a updated version of this that was done, I believe, in the 80s. uh, before before Paul Beaver passed away. And that came out on a CD. Maybe I'll find that someday. Um, and I believe Bernie Krause is still around. So, very historic electronic music album, The None Such Guide to Electronic Music. Got that for about $5. So that's cool. Something new that I just got yesterday. Haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. Let's see. Ah, very cool. Yeah, you can listen to that on YouTube, the whole thing. All right. Well, let's talk about this album right here. I'll show you this copy first of XTC's Drums and Wires from 1979. Yep. This is the first XTC album I ever heard. I was reviewing records for Scene magazine in Cleveland, and they said, "Yeah, you like that that new wave, that punk stuff, Bill? Here, you take this. You'll like it." So I took it home, and not only was there an album inside, there was also a little EP in here that had 3 extra songs on it. And the song selection was different than the UK version of the album, which I don't have a copy of. But let me open this up because I took that album home to review. I wrote a review of it, and it got published by Scene magazine. And I think I got a copy of it in here someplace. Yes, I do. All right, here it is. From December 20 to 27th issue of 1979, when I was only 19 years old. This is my review of the XTC album Drums and Wires. And I'll read it to you. So you got to remember, I was 19 years old. This is back in 1979. I wasn't that good of a writer back then. I'm still not that good of a writer, but at least I get by and I can convey a message. So, it says here, I have always been fascinated by XTC. I have not heard an awful lot of them since their records until now have only been available on import. So, I had seen XTC records, but I had never listened to them. This was the first time I listened to them. And so these imports have always been out of stock at the stores that I go to that sell them. Finally, at a radio station that I visit frequently, someone pulled out an XTC LP out of the files and played it for me. I was stunned. Why isn't this being played over the air? And they told me no American market for it. So I say listen to this radio. Drums and Wires is an hour's worth of music in a single packet, and damn, it's good. Power pop for the people and new wave at that. The tunes here are catchy, clear, and done well. Helicopter, 10 Feet Tall, Millions, Scissor Man, and the single in the UK, Making Plans for Nigel, are the most outstanding cuts, and every time I listen to this record, I add my favorite cuts to the list. One of my favorites isn't on the album, but you will get it when you buy Drums and Wires. Back then, this was true. How do you do that? There was a 3-song EP included in the album, which has the songs Day In, Day Out, Limelight, and the extremely catchy Chain of Command. It should not and cannot be ignored. But buyer be informed, the EP is only included in the first 15,000 copies of Drums and Wires. The company of Andy Partridge on guitar and vocals, synth and percussion, Colin Moulding on bass and vocals, Dave Gregory on guitar and vocals, and Terry Chambers on drums is very good indeed. And with Moulding and Partridge doing all the writing, it seems inevitable that XTC will be felt by all of us soon. Get that? The pun is intended. So, that was me writing, my 19-year-old self, writing very poorly back in 1979. Yes, I do love me some XTC, and this was my first XTC record. So let me put this all back together. Come on, there you go. Seeing, is this what's this, a white label promo? No, it's just that a lot of the Virgin albums back then did come out on a white label. So, and not only that, this had a polyline sleeve on it as well, so I never had to replace that, which made a very finicky record person very happy back then. So, move to the present day, and there is a new version of this on Blu-ray audio. And I've already got a Blu-ray copy of this, which is part of the Surround Sound series. It's got a Blu-ray and a CD with a booklet. And this is part of the Steven Wilson remix series, and it's really good. The best thing about Steven Wilson's remixes, and I have said this before, is that he doesn't reinvent the wheel with his mixes. He takes the originals and makes them sound better. He makes the remixes faithful to the original, but he expands the clarity of them. And I've got a whole bunch of his remixes now. Most of these are 5.1 surround only. But I've also got Black Sea. I've got Skylarking. I've got None Such. And I've got the Big Express, which was the first one that was done in Atmos sound. Yeah, Dolby Atmos of the Big Express by XTC. Now, the Oranges and Lemons album, it was a great album to begin with, but when Steven Wilson remixed this, he just opened it wide open. This album is so much more enjoyable with his mix. It's crazy because this was an early digital recording, and the vinyl of this, and to a lesser case, the CD of this, the original CD, it's great, but this sounds so much better. He really cleaned it up. And I've also got the XTC as the Dukes of Stratosphere with the, what do they call it? They call it the Surroundabout Ride. Because this includes both the 25 O'Clock EP and the Sonic Sunspot album. See, I didn't mispronounce it that time. And as far as surround sound is concerned, this is one killer release. And it was really nice. Ian B. About on his channel, he did a about a 1 hour review. I forget the name of the gentleman that was on there with him talking about it, but they did a really good review of all of the XTC surround sound series, including this new version of Drums and Wires, which has both Dolby Atmos and 5.1 surround. Now, if you own the original surround sound series of Drums and Wires and you want to get the Dolby Atmos version, don't throw away the old one, because there's a few things that are on that version that are not on this one, like the videos and a couple of the extra tracks. Also, the way that this is packaged, they've got the two CD, well, the CD and the Blu-ray here in their own little jackets. I'll show you right here. But they don't have a specific place for the booklet. Plus, the booklets are a bit different in both versions. So, I'm saving the little plastic envelope that came with this so that I can slam this into here. Now, see, I already lost the booklet. Booklet fell out while I was trying to put this away. Dang it, come on! Get in there. There we go. So basically, if you've got both this and, where's Drums and Wires? And the 5.1 version of it, the biggest difference is that you got the Dolby Atmos version here, which is a brand new 2025 remix. So, just wanted to bring that information up. I also ordered the Skylarking Dolby Atmos version. Haven't listened to that. And I'm going to have to do some work in my listening room, because I do have a surround sound setup, which is pretty much like this. Okay, that's my couch and there's my head when I'm listening to the music. I've got the left, the right rear, the left rear, the center speaker, and the subwoofer. And I've got my Atmos speakers up near the ceiling up here. I don't like that as much. I mean, I can still get an Atmos effect, but I'm going to try moving these speakers to the side, like right around here, and hopefully that will improve my Atmos listening experiences, not only with XTC, but with Zappa stuff, such as Grand Wazoo, Waka Jawaka, Apostrophe, Overnight Sensation. You know the drill. And let's see here. Let me pull up something here. Let me go back to the chats here. See, Barry says, I wish they would release a 40th anniversary of Them or Us and Zappa meets Mothers of Prevention. I don't know if they plan on doing that at all or not, but it would be interesting. Hello, Mowgli! I see you there. Yeah, Halloween is so yesterday. But people are saying, have I been listening to... Thanks, Michael. Are you sure that's your head? It looks like another part of the anatomy. Very, very clever. But anyway, let's see. Been enjoying Halloween 78, though I'm too poor to afford it. So, yeah, I mean, well, I've got the highlights album right there over my head, and I do have the box. It's over here. Oh, big old box of Halloween 78. As I showed to you last week, I'm still working on my review of this. There's a lot to unpack with this, especially with the entire 78 Halloween show being almost 4 hours long. I'm not going to talk much more about this, but hopefully by the end of this week, I will have that up for your viewing and listening pleasure. So, yeah, I'll do that. And Michael, I got to tell you, sometimes when I'm really enjoying my music, my head takes on all sorts of strange, different permutations and just music does wonderful things to people, and it does weird things to me. But that's in a good way. Yes, indeed. All right. Oh, what else is new here? 'Tis the season to be jelly. Yes, it must be the Atmos effect. And once I move those speakers and get a better Atmos effect, oh my God, that little pie chart is going to turn into something completely different. All right, so let's pull this out here. Oh yes, an album that is near and dear to my heart. And this is a reissue that I bought just a couple of years ago. This is the first full-length Muddy Waters album as far as I know, even though it's called The Best of Muddy Waters, because what it is it's a compilation of singles. Okay? And this album has been available for many, 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 many years. It's a mono record, high fidelity. It's still on the Chess label, even though it is owned by Geffen. Now, the Chess records have never really been put out in real hi-fi. I mean, even if they have made a decent master of it, they've always been released on subpar vinyl. So, enter Acoustic Sounds. I just picked up. I haven't opened it yet. Let's you and I open it together, shall we? Hey, Mothra! Good to see you. All right. Best of Muddy Waters, Chess LP, 1427, high fidelity. And as part of the Chess Records 75th Anniversary Series. Audiophile vinyl releases from the legendary Chess record catalogs. Mastered from the original analog tapes, no digital copies. Manufactured at Quality Record Pressings in Salina, Kansas, on 180-gram vinyl. Tip-on gatefold sleeves printed on high-grade board. So, I can't wait to listen to this and do a review of it. So let's pull the plastic off, as Abigail would say. And take a look at this gatefold. I've never seen it. Ooh, this is almost as good as the Tone Poets. Check them out, man. Muddy Waters in all his glory. That's nice. So let's take a look at this here. And take a look at this vinyl, which looks beautiful. Chess Recording Corp, Chicago, Illinois. Unbreakable. And this was cut by Matt Luthens at the Mastering Lab. Beautiful. So I can't wait to take a listen to that and make let you know what I'm hearing in comparison to a recent reissue of it. So yeah, very, very excited about that. I also want to get some of the Howlin' Wolf stuff. Oh yeah. Oh Mowgli, you're doing deep dives on McKinley Morganfield there. 1941 to 42. I also like the 3 CD series, the chess box that they did of Muddy Waters. That was very cool as well. Okay. Oh, cool. Includes some interviews as well. All right. Well, we're going to talk about some new releases. A couple weeks ago, I had picked up a couple of reissues because I heard that the Danzig albums, Danzig 1, 2, 3, and 4, were coming out And I picked up this at a local record store. And it's on Deaf American. It's on kind of a purplish vinyl. And it's got a Deaf American matrix in the dead wax, but the jacket has this European stuff on it. So I'm wondering what's going on here. Well, you know what's going on? This is not a authorized reissue. This is what's called a gray market. Some people call it a bootleg, but a gray market or a pirate version of an album is an album that was made unofficially. Like somebody took a CD of the album and got a master record made and then pressed those out. This is basically a vinyl copy of the CD of the album. Now they're saying, well, what's the difference? Well, there's a big difference, because when you master an album for CD, you've got to treat the audio signal a different way. Compact discs, for the most part, are mastered to give you a louder signal. They do not have the same dynamic range that you get on vinyl, or that vinyl has to have, because if you cut a vinyl record too loud, it'll sound absolutely horrible. An OK CD will be bested by a well mastered vinyl album just about every time. So I was sad about this, because I also picked up a copy of The Cramps, Bad Music for Bad People, because I heard that was coming out on a official reissue. And it even has the copyright for IRS records, the IRS logo, and it's on kind of a, I don't know, kind of a combination of feces and urine and Pepto-Bismol marbled stuff. But wait a minute, the ads that I saw online of the reissue of this said it's available on either black vinyl or fluorescent green or yellow vinyl. And Michael P. Dawson brought that up as well. So I did a bit of investigation. I mean, look, even the labels on this record are perfect reproductions of the original. But there's quite a bit of surface noise on this record. So this is gray market stuff. Now, I do know of some record stores that sell gray market records that you just can't get the official versions of. One of those that I'm very glad to have, and this sounds pretty good. The sound quality was not that bad on this. It was Prince's Black Album. This is an unofficial release of the Black Album. This is a pirate version, a gray market version, and in the store that I picked it up at, had a little sticker, a round sticker that said colored vinyl, and it was in an import section. That's kind of like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge that, you know, this isn't the real thing, but it's the closest thing to it. You're not going to get this album officially anywhere, so if you want it, you got to buy this, which made me sad. Now, I do have an official CD of the Black Album, because that did come out for a very, very short length of time back in the 90s. But anyway, I digress. I had also purchased a copy of the first Danzig album, which I love. I've loved this album since it came out. I got a CD of it. And there was a little sticker on here that said colored vinyl as well. But I thought, well, I had heard, the word on the street is that Glenn Danzig had a disagreement with Rick Rubin and Deaf American Recordings, who owns this album. And what he had done is he had taken his own money and had gray market copies of this album made and sold out in the marketplace. Of course, that's just hearsay. I have absolutely no proof of that, and I've looked on the net to see if I can get any proof of that, but I don't know. But you look up this specific version, which is on yellow vinyl with a little bit of marbling in it, and it's got all the copyright stuff for Deaf American Recordings on it. And wow, the grooves go almost all the way in to the label here. This doesn't sound horrible, but it doesn't sound great. So another telltale sign that this is a gray market record is that the sleeve of the album looks like this, and it doesn't fit into the album really easily. You got to be careful when you put it in here, or else it gets all mixed up. Get in there. There we go. So that is that version. Once again, it's not horrible sounding, but it's not great sounding. It sounds like a CD mastered on vinyl. So I went directly to Universal Music's website and I ordered the new copy of Danzig. Look at this. It's got an actual sticker on it, which has the barcode number on it. And it has the Universal Music thing, which, Universal Music now does own the Deaf American Recordings. I checked. So I'm thinking, you know what? I have a feeling that this is a lot more official and probably will sound a lot better than that gray market version I have. So here, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do what I do is I'm going to peel off this sticker because I save these things. Just put it over here for a moment. There we go. And we're going to take off the shrink because I take a look at this and it's like, oh my gosh. This is a gatefold. Let's take this off. Also, if you look on Discogs, it'll say it's an unofficial press and that they will not sell this on Discogs. So yeah, this is a gatefold. It does open up like this, and you've got a all color picture of the band here. That looks nice. Let's pull out this record. Here you got your lyrics, liner notes, the American records. It's no longer Deaf American. It's just now called American Recordings. And let's take a look at this record. Much nicer looking record. I can tell the mastering has been done very carefully. And let's see, does it say where this has been mastered? Looks like this may have been manufactured either by Furnace or GZ's American plant, which I forget the name of it. But yeah, this looks good. And it says here, distributed by Universal Music Enterprises, copyright 1988 and 2025 by American Recordings LLC, which is now the legal name of Deaf American. So I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to listen to both versions, and I'm going to publish a review of this. So, and wait a minute, that's not all. I also got a copy of The Cramps' Psychedelic Jungle. Yeah. Now, wait a second here. I was talking with Fido from Canned Heat, Mowgli says, on the phone. Really? Fido de la Para? And I told him where he could get a copy of Kings of the Boogie CD. His freaking music, and he doesn't even have a copy to reproduce for his website. Huh. He says, now he does. Gray market because it was never officially pressed to CD. Well, that's sad. But let's open up this Cramps Psychedelic Jungle. Now, this does not have as nice of a sleeve, but it is, at least it is official. This does have the IRS logo, but it also has the Universal Music logo because Capitol Records and Universal now own these masters. And this has, oh, look at this. It's got a poly-lined sleeve, and this record is on Day Glow green vinyl. Check that out. Very happy with that. Indeed. And this looks like it was pressed at the same place that that the Danzig was. So I'm going to listen to that, and I'm going to review that along with the Danzig records in the same video. So that's what's going on with that stuff. Yeah. Big difference on that Danzig. This is not a gatefold. It doesn't open up. And it's got this crappy reproduction of a band picture on it. But here, you can open this one up, and you got the full skull. That's beautiful. All right, folks. So, this week I am going to be working very hard on the Zappa Halloween 78 review. Originally, I was supposed to be at jury duty all week this week, but I found out that Monday I don't have to. So, I'm going to be diving into the writing, shooting, and editing of the Zappa Halloween 78 video, and I'll be putting that out. Hopefully you've seen my video about Miles Davis's Kind of Blue and the speed variations of the different versions that have come out over the past 66 years. But aside from that, I'm going to get the music started back up again. And what can I say? I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll be here next week, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and whatever that is in your area. Stay tuned for your local news, except on the West Coast. For those of you who do observe Daylight Savings Time, and thank you, John, for reminding me, tonight or tomorrow morning at 2 a.m., yes, it's fall back time. You set your clocks back 1 hour, and it gets dark ridiculously early for the winter. So Eastern Standard Time starts tomorrow or tonight. Daylight Savings Time no more. I wish they would just figure it out and put through daylight savings time. What can I say? So, I appreciate you stopping by. If you like what you've seen and you are not already a subscriber, oh my gosh, hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And we're going to keep on doing stuff. I got videos planned. And I love talking to you folks, getting feedback from you folks, commenting, and all that other stuff. It's great. It's a lot of fun. So I had a great time. Hope you did too. So until next week, go listen to some music. I'm Bill Camarada, and I'm out of here. Oh yeah.